Hello. How are you doing? I hope everything's fine and I hope you have had a great weekend. Even though, if you look at the news, it's not that, I would say, happy. But yeah, let's start with economic calendar. As you know, I always like to start with economic calendar so I know where exactly we should focus when it comes to news, therefore liquidity and movement, and this is what we need. So Monday, tomorrow basically we have no strong news, but I would expect that we will see once the market opens, I would say we can see most probably big spike or even move to the upside when it comes to oil, gold as well, due to what is happening right now between Iran and the so-called Israel. And most probably we can see as well maybe spike to the downside or move to the downside or gap to the downside for the US dollar. And when it comes to Tuesday, we have some news on Japanese yen and then news on USD. Very important news. The core retail sales month over month and the retail sales month over month. Wednesday, we have actually a lot of news. GBP, we have also some news on the US dollar, the unemployment claims, and then Canadian dollar. And then on USD, we have the federal funds rate, which is very, very important. And then we have the FOMC. Yeah, so basically we have a lot of news happening on dollar on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we have some news on New Zealand dollar, Australian dollar, Swiss franc, British pound, and then it's a bank holiday in US. And then Friday, we have some news basically on British pound and Japanese yen. So if actually we look at the chart, if we look at the economic calendar, we can see that when it comes to USD, which is the dominant currency worldwide, we have actually a lot of news on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I would say we can expect a lot of, I would say, movements happening on USD. Keep in mind also the war right now, which is happening, and for sure it has some influence. Now let's go to the DXY or the USD. I would like to go to this chart actually, and that I would say summarizes everything. So looking at this right now, you can see that we had this very strong and important, let's say, support level where the price started a massive move to the upside. Then what happened? Price broke below this support here and then came to retest that area. And the students from my community knows how exactly to find these areas. And I actually had some sell trade on, selling the USD from here. And then price move to the downside and then retest here and then again to the downside. But what you have to keep in mind here, you see guys, when the price broke below here, this support, it came to retest, but actually it spiked a little bit higher. So I believe a lot of people were trapped here because many of them were just selling from here, having their stop losses somewhere there and just waiting for the price to move to the downside. But basically price spiked a little bit more to the upside and then start to move to the downside. That's why I was basically selling from here, not from here. Okay, now looking, let's zooming in actually. Let's zoom in. What do you see here? So this is weekly time frame, and always remember, the higher the time frame, the stronger it is. We have this level here, which is support. So on 6 weeks, this level is support. And obviously, as we can see, last week price broke below this support level nicely with a strong, bearish candle with the body of the candle closing below. So ideal scenario is we wait for the price to come to retest, and from here we will be selling the US dollar. Okay, especially as I mentioned also in my last video that Trump wanted to weaken the US dollar because according to his plan that will be better for the economy. Okay, so that will be ideal scenario. But due to what is happening right now between Iran and, as I said, the so-called Israel, and for sure US is supporting Israel, so maybe that will be a, bad indication or bad indicator, I'm sorry, for investors to just, sell the USD. And from here, once the week will start, we will see another push to the downside without coming here first to retest. But for me, personally, I will be waiting for the price to come here to retest. If it happened, nice, I will be waiting to sell from here. If it didn't happen, nice, I just wait. Because always remember, what is more important than making money in the market is not to lose money in the market. So this is very, very, very important. So this is on weekly time frame. But let's go to daily time frame. We will see also similar situation. And by the way, this is on daily time frame. It's not the same horizontal line which you see on weekly time frame. But here, we need to keep in mind one thing. If we look at the market structure, starting from here, market started to make higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Okay, so that was the last higher low, this one here. Okay, and then what happened? Price started to make lower high, and then price broke below this one. So then it's invalidated this uptrend, which started from here in April. So price started to make lower high, lower low, lower high. I would say maybe lower low, lower high, and price went to make a lower low. So for us, this area here is very important because this one is the last lower high on daily time frame. Okay, and what do we see here? Again, price basically we have support on daily time frame, support again, price broke below on daily time frame and then came to retest it, and it showed nice rejection, okay, on daily time frame. So that shows that when this support got broken here on Thursday, price came to retest it on Friday, and then it showed a nice rejection. Maybe that will be kind of motivating a lot of retail traders to just sell from here, and they will say, okay, right now, actually, because of this rejection, and it shows that this is resistance, maybe we will be selling, I don't know, putting our stop loss here, and we will be selling from there. That might be valid. But after my 13 years of experience in the market, I can say that actually, let me put it on weekly time frame, maybe as the market really like to manipulate everyone, that's why I always say it's better always to look at the higher time frames. Why? Because the higher time frames, stronger they are. So as you can see, if they will sell from here, basically this one here is from the daily time frame, but right now we are on weekly time frame. So maybe the market will basically move all the way up here and then move to the downside. And in that case, those people who sold here, basically their stop loss will be hit and then price move to the downside. So this is a scenario to keep in mind, and I would say that's why I said I would wait for the weekly time frame, because that for me will be ideal. Let's move to gold, and I will go here. So obviously, guys, what you see here, that we were inside the range, and obviously we are in uptrend in gold. Okay, so I mean, it's very obvious that we are in a massive and strong uptrend, and because of what is happening right now, and even because of what happened over the weekend, so for sure we might actually see a massive move to the upside in gold once market will open. Yes, that might happen. But in general, one thing to keep in mind that we were inside the range, as you can see, started Monday 14th of April, and this is weekly time frame. So we talk about almost 1 month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 weekly candles, 2 months. 2 months, like, yeah, we are actually in June. I don't know why I said 1 month. It's 2 months. We can see that we are inside the range, and just last week price broke above. And yes, usually because of what is happening right now worldwide, we can see price just moving to the upside straight away. But from technical analysis point of view, I would say it will be better if we wait and the price come to retest this broken range, and then from here we move to the upside. This is what basically I will be looking for. Only to buy if the price will come to retest this one, nothing else. But if we go to daily time frame, we can see that, as I mentioned in the last video, that on a long term we are in an uptrend. On medium term we are in downtrend. You can see here lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This we cannot call lower high because the price didn't make a lower low. But in general, this point is very important for us because this is the last lower high on daily time frame. And even though the price broke the trend line, doesn't mean that the price broke the market structure. That's why we can say only that right now on the medium term, price start to move or to go in an uptrend only when the price will break above the last lower high. And that's why you can see here, guys, price is coming and start to show some rejection. So this point here is a vital point. If on daily time frame we can see price broke above, which might happen because of what happened over the weekend between Iran and this so-called Israel, so then we will wait for tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. Monday is when the market will start, so we will wait for Tuesday. Maybe we will wait for the retest and then start to buy. But other than that, nothing. And I would say I will be waiting for the price to move to the downside. But let's see, because, yeah, as I said, what is happening over the weekend and this war. EURUSD, it's very, very, very important. And I would say very simple, guys, like very, very, very simple. What you see here, we had this very strong resistance. Resistance, 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 resistance. Also like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For like 6 weeks, we have this level as resistance. Price right now, last week broke above. So right now it will be basically wait and see, because maybe it will be ideal if we wait for the price to come to retest before moving to the upside. But let's actually also look on daily time frame. What do we see on daily time frame? This one. So on daily time frame, what we can see, price actually higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, maybe higher low, higher high. So maybe we can expect the price, I would say, okay, let's remove this. I would say maybe the price to come somewhere here. Maybe the price to come somewhere here, or actually, or ideally for me, it will be if the price will come somewhere here, maybe that will be even better. Because also we can see here that this level is actually like you can see on daily time frame, resistance, resistance, resistance. Price broke above, didn't come to retest as a support. So that will be nice actually. Plus also here we have this trend line. So that will be actually two confluences. So we have first confluence, this resistance, which is broken, and maybe it will be retested as support, and this trend line. So it will be also good to come and retest it. So I would actually, to be honest, go more for this area down here. And even if we look at it, yeah, I would love actually this area here. Yeah, plus it's almost here at the 78.6 Fibo. So I would love actually the price to come to this area. And then from here, I will be looking for opportunities to buy. And that actually will align with what I said here, guys, that on weekly time frame, price might basically come all the way up to here. And then from here, we will be selling actually. So I would like this scenario more, to be honest. And going to 4 hours time frame, what do we see? Yeah, again, you see resistance, resistance, resistance. Price broke above, didn't come to retest as support. So Yes, also here we have this level here, maybe price to come. Yeah, I would say, yeah, it will be good. Yeah, for me, if we take FIBO, I would say yes. So price basically, as you can see, came to retrace here for 61.8, but maybe another push to the upside, also to print, like here we have first touch, second touch, maybe third touch of the trend line, and maybe again move to the downside. So anyway, for me, because also of what is happening right now, I would basically, yeah, I would basically wait. If the price will come here, I will start to buy. Other than that, to be honest, nothing. GBPUSD, very, very, very similar. But I would say, as you can see here, actually, we have this resistance, 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 resistance. Price broke above, didn't come to retest this level as support. And then here we have resistance, resistance, resistance. Price on weekly time frame kind of actually broke above these. But also one more thing, guys. You see, I always say the power of number 3. So we have this point, and then this high here took out this high, and then this one took out actually the previous two, and this is the third point where it took the previous two highs. And for me, this is actually a good sign to see the market at least coming for a short-term move to the downside in that case. So just long story short here, I would say I will be waiting basically for the price to break below, and if it breaks below, I will wait for the retest, and from here I will be selling all the way to the downside. And this move here, we talk about like almost 11.7% move. So I will just add here, as you can see, I'm going to add this right now. Alert, if the price breaks below, then I might look for opportunity to sell actually. And yeah, I really like this setup, to be honest, especially this week, guys. We have a lot of news on GBP. We have actually, starting from Wednesday, news on GBP. We have the CPI year over year. And then on Thursday, we have news on GBP. And also on Friday, we have news on GBP. So that's actually quite interesting. And remember that, and remember what I'm going to say, I really think that we might see this move to the downside here for the GBP. Remember that. Last thing let's look at is actually, I would say, let's look at oil quickly. Let's look at oil quickly, even though I don't trade it right now because basically of what is happening. But as you can see on weekly time frame, price basically broke above, like price moved last week 20%. So right now, to be honest, obviously we can see this move, but right now I will basically not touch it because it's very hard actually to even, just think about anything might happen here, because it's basically more about the news right now. And okay, let's put this trend line here. And okay, what do we see? So yeah, okay, right now we can see this trend line, but price basically, yeah, this is the third touch of the trend line. So I would just observe it, to be honest. I would just observe it. Nothing else to do here. Really nothing else. Because in such a news, definitely we don't want to be actually exposing ourselves to anything like that. So that's all, guys, for this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much.